Welcome to KBS World Radio. You're now tuned in to Korea24's Korea Book Club, where we explore the world of Korean literature. This is our weekend replay edition, playing back our book segment from Wednesday's show. We hope you enjoy it. I'm your host, Kwon Jang-woo. Joining us in the studio now, it is our literary critic, Barry Welsh, guiding us as ever. Barry, hello, it's great to see you.
Yes, hello.
So, what do you have for us this week?
Well, this week we're reviewing a classic novel called Please Look After Mom. The Korean title is Omarul Butake, and it's by Shin Kyung-sook. It was published in Korean in 2008 and translated into English by Chi-young Kim and published in English in 2011. And Shin is, of course, a very prominent author here in South Korea, celebrated for her sensitive and insightful portrayal of human emotions and relationships. Born in 1963 in a small village in Cheonggup in the North Cholla province, Shin's upbringing in a rural setting deeply influenced her writing. And these humble beginnings in a family of farmers gave her a unique perspective on life, which is evident in many of her novels and stories. Her journey to literary success began when she moved to Seoul at the age of 16, where she worked in a factory while attending evening school. And this period of her life was marked by hardship as well as resilience, and that would also become a source of inspiration for her novels. She made her debut in 1985 with a short story called Winter Fables, which won the New Writers Contest, organised by the Korean literary magazine Munhak Dongne. And that achievement marked the beginning of a very long and prolific career now in Korean literature. And across her career, Shin has been recognised for her ability to delve into the depths of human emotion and experience, as well as examining the intricacies of interpersonal relationships. Her writing often focuses on themes of family, memory, identity, and is praised for its emotional depth and as well as her lyrical writing style. And today's novel is actually her most famous novel. Please Look After Mom was an international bestseller and was famously awarded the prestigious Man Asian Literary Prize back in 2012. And winning that award made Shin, she was the first Korean writer as well as the first woman to win the award. And so this novel was a critical commercial success. It's been translated into over 30 languages at this point, and it really established Shin's reputation on the global literary stage.
Right, this book is considered a modern-day classic, really, and its international success was groundbreaking for Korean literature as well, which makes me very surprised that we haven't talked about this book already, either with me or the previous host of Korea24, but I'm glad we're getting to tackle it now. Okay, so can you give us a brief overview of the plot and the main characters of Please Look After Mom?
Right, sure, yeah. So, Please Look After Mom is a deeply moving and introspective novel. It's centred around the disappearance of an elderly woman named Park Son-yo. When Son-yo goes missing in a crowded Seoul subway, her family begins a desperate search across the city to find her, and this serves as a backdrop for the story. The novel unfolds through the perspectives of different family members, so each chapter is dedicated to a specific character's viewpoint, and these include Son-yo's husband, her daughter Chi-hoon, her son Hyung-chul, and eventually a chapter from Son-yo's own perspective. And as each character reflects on their relationship with Son-yo, the narrative delves into their memories, regrets, and realisation about the woman that they've lost. So through these perspectives, the novel reveals Son-yo's life as a devoted wife and mother who sacrificed her dreams and her own desires for the sake of her family. And the family members, they confront their own neglect and the sort of taken for granted attitude that they had towards her, and they recall moments and aspects of Son-yo's life that they overlooked, that they just didn't pay attention to. And this reveals a complex woman, a complex character who endured many hardships and unspoken pains. And as the search continues, so the novel explores themes of love and sacrifice, family dynamics, and this sense of deep guilt and sorrow that's associated with taking a loved one for granted. And the story is not just about finding Son-yo, but also about the family's emotional journey toward understanding and appreciating the quiet and often invisible sacrifices that she made.
Right, so it's centred around this incident of an elderly woman who goes missing and the family's reflections in light of that incident. But there are bigger themes beyond that, right? What issues is Shin addressing, and how does it reflect aspects of Korean culture as well?
Right, well, what Shin's doing in this book is she's trying to capture the essence of maternal sacrifice. And the often unacknowledged labour of mothers or female family members in general, which is, many argue convincingly, is a significant aspect of traditional Korean culture. The story unfolds through the search for the missing matriarch, the missing mother in the family, and this serves as a metaphor for exploring deeper themes of love and sacrifice and regret within the family structure. So in Korean society, the role of the mother is traditionally associated with selfless caregiving and sacrifice, often at the cost of her own identity and desires. And this is, again, some would argue, deeply rooted in the Confucian values that have shaped Korean culture, emphasising filial piety and respect for one's parents. So the mother in the novel here symbolises the universal figure of a mother whose life is dedicated to the well-being of her family, but often without recognition or appreciation. And as the family members reflect on Sonyo's life, on their mother's life following her disappearance, they're sort of forced to confront their own neglect and the ways that they've taken her presence and sacrifices for granted. And it's this introspection which I think provides a poignant commentary on how modernisation and urbanisation in Korea have led to a shift in family dynamics and values, which we're still seeing today, of course. And the novel suggests a growing generational gap and a decline in traditional values, where the elderly, especially mothers who devote their lives to their families, are often left feeling isolated and unappreciated. Again, this is an issue which is very much alive in the discourse today. And moreover, the novel sheds light, I think, on gender roles in general in Korean society, where women, especially the older generation, are expected to conform to self-sacrificing roles of being caregivers. And I think it highlights, still a decade and a half later, highlights the societal pressures and expectations placed on women and how these roles are often undervalued and overlooked.
Yes, it's an often a heartbreaking and deeply reflective work that really moved readers here in Korea. But as we mentioned, the book also found international acclaim. It's interesting because the circumstances are quite specific to Korea, it seems, but it seemed to reach a wider audience as well. What do you think made Please Look After Mum a significant read for international audiences?
Right, yeah, so it is deeply rooted in Korean culture, but the themes of the novel are, I think, universally relatable. So this is an exploration of a mother's love, sacrifice, the often unrecognised labours of women, and this speaks to readers, worldwide. And I think the international success highlights the ability of Korean literature to transcend cultural boundaries. And this makes it a significant piece for anyone interested in understanding not just Korean culture and literature, but also just the universal human experience of family dynamics and maternal love.
And it was a belated pick for
Yes.
Korea Book Club. Certainly better late than never. Barry, thank you for that. We look forward to the next one. Take care.
Okay, take care.
KBS World Radio